Hello and welcome to the Dalek patrol ship review and the Dalek pilot, because you do get a little 3.75 inch figure of sorts, which is nice. I wasn't 100% sure if you did get that with this sort of vehicle pack thing. I would class it as a vehicle pack instead of, say, a full-scale playset thing. I'd say that the TARDIS is more like a playset, like a big playset, like massive one in comparison to this. This is still rather large, actually, but more small scale, and it is technically a vehicle. Yeah, fun fact, you see this in both the 50th anniversary, which I thought was pretty cool, and you also see them in Time of the Doctor as well, so it's pretty cool that they're in sort of the last two major-y type Matt Smith stories. I was going to say major sort of Dalek stories, but, well, technically the 50th is, seen as it is based around the Time War and whatnot, but yeah, 10 quid. My mum purchased this for me, and it was retail price of 10 quid, which I think is definitely worth it. I think 20 quid, which was the original price from what I remember, is extortionate and way too much, even though, as I say, it does come with this little Dalek in the inside, which I'll quickly just get out for my own sanity, kind of. Oh, no, the plate things come off. Crud. There you go, it's pretty, yeah. It's basically a normal bronze Dalek, but with some black dome and some black slats there. Maybe to signify that it's a pilot, I guess, maybe. But to be fair, it kind of reminds me of how the two Daleks looked like next to the Emperor in the Christopher Eccleston two-parter Bad Wolf and Parting of the Ways, if you remember that, because I'm an old-timer now. Man, that feels like centuries ago. And looking on the inside, you can see that there's a panel there in which the main spherical one, that one, you can put the Dalek plunger in, so it looks like it's sort of doing a job and doing a thing inside, which I thought was pretty cool. I'll try and show you that now. Nearly got it there. There you go. Kind of got it there, like it's doing this thing, like it's piloting it. It's pretty nice, I guess. And there's another sort of play feature, or the main play feature is the fact that you have this main cannon thing with this plastic gun at the end, or this plastic like thing that just plugs into the gun, and a button here which you can then just do this and shoot it and blast it at something. It's fully rotatable, like it has full 360 degree angle thing, and it goes up and it goes down and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's a decent play feature. It's not the best, it's okay, I guess, for little kids. Personally, what drives me insane personally about it is the fact that it's sort of off angle, like it kind of looks kind of like it's not at a straight angle, if that makes any sense. Like it looks tilted a bit, like this is the camera straight, and to me it looks a bit tilted, which is obviously extremely annoying, as you can imagine. And as I say, I think as a ship of sorts, if you're a kid and you're playing with it, it's not the best of toys, I guess, because you might easily just sort of, you know, like the Dalek can easily just sort of, you know, be messed around with in the inside bit, but also the panel slats can easily be removed, which is kind of annoying, as again, kids will probably get annoyed by that. Also, I always think that a cool feature could have been that these could have sort of been risen in, or like sort of turned in to this sort of thing where it has like a defensive mode, where you could make it so that, again, it kind of looks like just a Dalek shell, or like a Dalek egg of sorts, because there's also these bumpers at the bottom. They could move up. Like, they could move up, they could move, like, sort of down and that, and, like, you could just seal in a Dalek, you know, if there's, like, if it crash landed and that, and stuff, but that's just me. I mean, the detail on this is very nice. You know, you've got these Dalek spheres, like if it was like to imitate the Dalek body, which is nice, and I do like these. I didn't know that these were these were technically called Dalek patrol ships and stuff, you know, and because you don't really get an explanation for what they are and whether or not there was a Dalek there either, because at first, when I first saw them on the screen, I always just thought they were like sort of Dalek, sort of like flying Daleks, but just flying Daleks, you know, like they could never go on land or like on the ground, where normal Daleks can go in the ground but can hover, but not to the same extent as maybe a patrol ship Dalek and that, but actually it's just a ship with a Dalek inside, which again they didn't really explain. The detail of the gun is very nice. You know, you've got this sort of grey, well, not grey, silver and black, which is very nice, I guess. And then, as I say, you've just got the blue end bit and that. And you've got the dome, which is nicely detailed with some sort of stuff there, making it out to look like it's bolted together and stuff. And it is nice that you've got these easy, like, sort of spherical baubles that like things you can just sort of clip those onto very easily, but as I say, they are very easily detachable as well, which as a child I can imagine this would have driven me insane, as obviously me being me, I quite like the idea of having something like this that doesn't sort of just easily come apart like that. I guess you can have it sort of damaged and be like and the ship's sort of crash landed and things along that line. I guess that is a decent sort of thing, I guess, but again, for me, if I was a kid and I was playing with this spaceship thing and that, I think it'd annoy me, because obviously you're going to be having it sort of around and about, you know, in the air and be all like, and to have the panel things then fall off would be, as I say, kind of irritating as a kid. But what do I think of it overall, this Doctor Who merchandise piece of product slash toy vehicle pack thing, whatever I'm even calling it at this point? I would give it a well-earned 7 out of 10. I do think it's decent. I do like how they've been used in the show. I don't think it's the best piece of Doctor Who merchandise ever. I think it could have been a lot better, as I say. You know, these could have been a lot more sturdier. They could have been more play features. I think the main attraction is really just the gun and the fact that you can fire it and stuff, which I'm going to do again. Because I'm a big man-child, but, and then, for me, as a collector-y type obsessive person about Daleks and collecting, Daleks, both the, preferably the bigger, better Daleks, the 5-inch ones, but even so, I do like the inclusion of the little pilot. They could have really copped out and, said, 20 quid please, but only the ship and no pilot. I think 10 quid would have been the better retail price originally, but my mum, as I say, did get it for 10 quid, which is always good. But as I say, I wouldn't pay 20 quid for this. I would pay 10 quid. So yeah, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and it's a 7 out of 10 for me. Goodbye.